You clicked on this video because you want to know what happened on WWE RAW, but you don't have 3 hours to waste and you don't fucking feel like reading shit. Luckily for you, I had 3 hours to waste. I watched it, and let me go ahead and give you the rundown before I start blabbing on more like Jey Uso does. So the beginning of the show happens. Cody Rhodes opens up the show, and Stephanie walks out. Stephanie McMahon. She even walks out and says this is the company that her grandfather built. She doesn't even mention her dad. Kind of messed up. Whatever. Confronts him and tells him that he can't take on Randy Orton. Randy Orton is this crazy guy. He listens to the voices in his head. But then Cody says, I know Randy from the inside out. Pause. I've traveled with him. I know all these voices and stuff. He was my buddy. And then he hits Stephanie McMahon with the, hey, I got 2 words for you. Now the crowd is cheering. What is he going to say? He says, thank you. Pretty fucking lame if you ask me, but whatever. Life keeps going. And then we get a little segment with iShowSpeed selling Danhausen's, curse gimmick. Saying stuff like, I've been missing flights and I just have been having a bunch of bad luck. I need you to lift the curse. Which is fucking great. Danhausen is a class act. Pure comedy gold. And then LA Knight shows up to the scene along with Adam Pearce there. LA Knight and iShowSpeed dap each other up and then they go away. Adam Pearce turns around and says, aren't you supposed to disappear to Danhausen? Danhausen just looks at him like a fucking buffoon. It was just pretty funny. He asks him, aren't you supposed to disappear? And Van Housen goes, oh yeah, forgetting his own gimmick. And then we get the Usos coming out to the new theme song. Complete dog shit. This is probably one of the worst theme songs in WWE existence. It literally sounds like some newbie producer produced this theme song, showed it to his mom, and she said, wow, that is the greatest thing I ever heard, and posted it to the Usos. It's fucking horrid. But aside from their new theme song, the match was actually solid. It was a street fight. It was a tag team street fight with the Vision, or what's left of it, the most injury-prone faction. Solid match. Surprising ending, with Vision actually picking up the victory with the help of iShowSpeed, accidentally hitting LA Knight with the brass knuckles being involved. Overall, solid match. Following this up, Liv Morgan comes out, talks some trash and calls Stephanie a bitch, trying to sell seats out of WrestleMania. They're, going the cheap route of just having all the wrestlers, curse, and now they're big boys in the WWE because they're cursing, making them seem more realistic. Newsflash, maybe you lower the prices, that will sell tickets and build better storylines up, not just have wrestlers curse and hope for the best. And then Liv Morgan goes on to make fun of her mama, and that's when Stephanie pretty much had enough of it. Comes out and beats her ass, but Perez comes out and helps Liv Morgan. She holds the belt up, looking strong, and Stephanie, might be in trouble at WrestleMania. We get a little segment with the Vision and iShowSpeed saying he didn't mean to do any of this. He doesn't want to even be involved. Paul Heyman's there reassuring Speed, like, no, you're good, you got this. But as soon as he gets out of the camera's view, Paul Heyman pretty much knows that the Usos are going to beat the living shit out of iShowSpeed. Adam Pearce walks in saying he has some funky information for Paul Heyman and asks him if he's read his email, saying, it's a mystery. Paul Heyman, no, he didn't read shit. He just walked away. Cue in the next match. It's Lyra Valkyria and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend. But wait, before the match starts, let's have another commercial break. Obviously, this is what feels like the 10th one so far. Like, what the fuck? I do not want Papa John's right now or Cricket Wireless. I want wrestling. Match starts. We watch it for 2 minutes, and you guessed it. Another commercial break. This time, DoorDash is in our face. The commercial breaks are honestly outrageous during WWE RAW. One of the big reasons people don't even want to watch. So the match was going okay, and then the Bella Twins come out. Along with the Bella Twins, it's Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And look at that. They interfere, and the match is over. Danhausen comes out, lets everybody know that July 18th, Madison Square Garden is going to be hosting Saturday Night Main Event. Buy your tickets. And then after this is where the show gets real spicy, because none other than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's music hits, and he is dressed up. He is in his wrestling attire. It is a fucking hype, baby. Let's go. The beast is here. Shorts on, gloves on, ready for Oba this time. It makes no sense. The older he gets, the bigger and scarier he looks. Brock is a fucking beast. They get into the ring. He's obviously with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman gives Brock a nice little tug, gets him, hot and bothered. Pretty much, ready, making him look huge, saying he's ready. Paul Heyman can literally sell ice to an Eskimo. But then Brock Lesnar grabs the mic and says, enough. Oba Femi, get your ass out here tonight. Now the fans are excited. We are hoping to see Oba Femi, but then Adam Pearce walks out, actually saying that that's not happening. I'm pissed, you're pissed, the crowd was pissed, and Brock Lesnar was fucking furious. But then Oba Femi's music hits, and it's on. A match of this caliber hasn't happened in so long in the WWE. Goosebumps, it's believable. Everyone is ready for this. Oba obliterates all the security guards. Straight chucks one of them onto the concrete from like 10 feet. Everyone is on their feet in the arena right now. Brock is ready. Oba is ready. Oba jumps onto the apron and then finally walks inside the ring. The crowd starts chanting, holy shit, and these guys haven't even laid a hand on each other. You can feel the electricity Triple H starts getting involved and he goes into the middle of these two fucking behemoths. You can literally see the tension, the electricity. It is flowing through the air at this point. But then Brock Lesnar leaves. I don't know what Triple H said. He just said, you guys gotta wait till WrestleMania. They're building up. They're just building it up more and more. But before Brock Lesnar leaves, he's obviously gonna throw the steel steps, and of course, he gives an F5 to another security guard because why the hell not? It's Brock Lesnar. They are building this matchup so perfectly. Straight perfect. We haven't seen a feud like this get built up in the WWE in a long time, especially with two believable beasts like these two. Cue in another 2-minute commercial. But then after that ends, we get Penta coming out with a dope-ass entrance. Every single time Penta comes out, the fucking pyro budget for this entrance is insane. And then they announce that he's going to be facing off against Kofi. And then you guessed it, another commercial before Penta even finishes his entrance. WWE Monday Night commercials. The match continues on, and it's a good one. Penta goes out, attacks Grayson Waller, who's ringside. Then he goes back into the ring and hits Kofi Kingston with an amazing Mexican destroyer. Great selling by Kofi, and then the match is over. Penta retains. Then we get another segment with Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman. Pearce asking Paul if he's read the email. Paul Heyman says, fuck no. And Pearce asks Paul Heyman, did you smell anything? Paul Heyman goes out, he gets into the ring. He starts talking on the mic about a bunch of, I honestly don't even remember. Adam Pearce follows him again, asking if he's read the email. And that's when he just says, all the charges have been dropped from Seth Rollins. And Paul Heyman starts shitting himself, but also hyping himself up. He's like in the corner and he's like trying to hype himself up and make himself look huge. But it's honestly kind of cool because he starts saying that he's the last manager from the 1980s that's still standing. And he's the last promoter from 1990 that is still standing. The crowd starts chanting ECW. They start going crazy over Paul Heyman. And then that's when Adam Pearce says, well, Seth Rollins is also medically cleared to compete. Boom, the music hits. Seth Rollins is ready to go. Comes out from the crowd and starts hitting Paul Heyman. He hits him in the back with a steel chair, and then he sets him up for the stomp with his head over the chair. But no, instead, Gunther actually drags Rollins out of the ring and hits him with the sleeper. Totally not expected. Random as shit. Rollins goes to sleep over the announce table, and Gunther points at the camera. Somehow Gunther starts bleeding from his eyebrow. Maybe not. Maybe he got a headbutt from Seth Rollins. Totally accidental. But you know what? It looks dope. He wipes it off, wipes it on Rollins, and, I guess that's that. No way he retires Rollins, right? Hit you with another commercial. Now the commercial is finally over, and then we have Io Sky versus Raquel. Low-key, this feels kind of fillerish. Raquel has been destroying. Not gonna lie, she has been doing phenomenal. And that elimination chamber match she had, she just looked amazing. But while this match is going on, Asuka and Kairi Sane walk out and, they start yelling, but Io Sky takes care of both of them. Io Sky takes care of Asuka. But that was enough of a distraction for Raquel to slam her ass down and hit her with it. And then we get a video of John Cena. John Cena saying how he is in Hollywood, and Hollywood is close to Vegas, and WrestleMania needs a host. And yeah, John Cena is going to host WrestleMania. Very exciting, very cool. WWE is in panic mode because they can't sell their tickets, so now they're bringing John Cena back to host WrestleMania at least, and hope people buy tickets. And then we go in the back and we get an update from Seth Rollins, who finally wakes up from Gunther's attack. He's mad, wants Gunther. Adam Pearce announces it. WrestleMania, Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Now the main event attraction of the evening starts. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, what the crowd has been waiting for. All they're going to do is really talk, but whatever. Roman Reigns' music hits, the blood starts pumping, the men are excited, the women are crying from two places. The tribal chief just has that effect on people. After his 10-minute entrance, he finally gets into the ring and says, New York City, acknowledge me. And boom, CM Punk's music hits. He comes out and he is not there to talk. Instant fucking battle. A big brawl starts happening. They break them apart, but not for too long. They're back at it. Punk gets the upper hand and powerbombs Roman Reigns through the announce table, making him look like a fucking beast. CM Punk stands tall, and just like that, 3-hour night concluded. Congratulations, you know just about everything that happened on Raw. I will never get those 3 hours back, just like you won't get the minutes back from watching this video or listening to me explain. See you later. Until next time.